Peace, family. So I just wanted to create a voiceover for this video of like a walkthrough of all that I have created and done for this project, the AncesTREE. This was for Creative Suitland, a nonprofit organization that is in Suitland, Maryland, and they just are amazing. So this was for their Kwanzaa event that was held in December, and they asked me to make a tree so that they could have a place where people can place stories of Suitland's history as well as just Black history in the area that has never been documented but only told by voice or stories. So yeah, it was such an honor. So getting into this tree building process, it was amazing. I have never worked with wood like this before, so being able to create and use wood in this way was definitely an eye-opener. After creating this, I was like, yeah, I can create anything because it was so new and I didn't know what would come of it. However, I took my time, really try to pace myself as much as I could, even though there was like a deadline. What I realized is, as an artist, I realized that my design process is the same no matter what media I'm creating on. At the time I was in school and I had to create papers of like whatever, like an essay, and even in creating that, it was the same type of process of design. So, writing or sketching everything out in like a messy way, and then going back through and fine-tuning it and just really getting it like clear, and then executing, like how does it look as the final piece. And so in this process, it was similar or the same, to be honest. It was just a different media. I also love when creating that new ideas or ideas kind of come as you're creating. So even if like the first initial sketch or design is looking one way, as you actually move into execution mode, you realize that, oh, I gotta change something or I gotta like switch it up. So I really enjoy that because new ideas do come up like that. And it doesn't even feel like I have to change the whole thing and throw it all out. It's more so, sometimes it's like that. And other times it's like, oh, another idea comes into the play and it's like, oh, I have to do this because like I have to, like it's the idea, it's what wants to be born, what wants to be created through me, through this process. So I love that. It's like a conversation. Really quick, I want to shout out my friend Jordan, who gave me the idea and the inspiration to use insulation foam to fill in these gaps and to create the mound for the mushroom. Like, it was so perfect. And shout out to my little nephews. They were helping me paint, or they were sweeping dust off. And I only had a little bit of, or a certain amount of brown paint to use, so I couldn't really let them paint. But I let them paint next to me, and that was really fun for company wise. I did have to like take a break in between, like before we actually started painting, because I already did a lot earlier that day before they asked if they could help me. So I was like, let me take a break. And I was like gone for like, I don't know, an hour. Even my mom was like, where you at? Wow, look at those roots. At one point they were looking sketchy and like doo-doo until I added the shadows and the highlights to it, and it started creating some like depth. So they really became like one of my favorite parts of the tree. All right, you guys, we are nearing the end right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this creative process in making the AncesTREE. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and If you are in the DMV area or close to it, please come on by and see it at Creative Suitland in Maryland. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I have another video up on this whole process, but it's just no voiceover. So if you want to check that one out or just give it some love or a like, then feel free. This is also my favorite part, underneath the mushrooms. All right, that's all. Bye, guys. Love you. Peace.